It is when you talk about resilience, and that is what Nigerians, you and I, we have. The body might go through so much pain, so much chaos, so much face the storm, but the spirit stands strong, right? Stand strong. That's why we are Nigerians. And that being said, let your spirit not break in the face of whatever storm that you face. Because the truth is, I don't know if anybody is telling you or is not telling you, we are going through a phase of storms, and it's not just one storm. If it was just one big, huge storm and then it goes away, we'd be glad. I'd be glad. I'd be happy. At least we say we face it once and for all. But no, this one seems like a series movie, right? So it comes in series 1, 2, 3, 4, or episode 1, 2, 3, 4. And then you're done with series 1, and then you think about series 2, episode 1, 2, 3, 4, and it just keeps going on and on and on and on and on. I also like to speak to you right now. I know I'm speaking to someone right now, yeah? I'd like to tell you that, hey, this period is not a period you should, if you ask me, if you want to take an advice from me, right? And I'm telling you this based on credible intel. This period is not the period that you would want to just travel. If it is not so important, please stay back. If it is not so important, stay back. Stay back at home. Call the person. If it is financed, you have to send the finances to them and stuff like that. But this period, it is not the time for you to say, oh, somebody just woke up and called me, said come to the village. You want to go there. Come to the hometown. Our farm is yielding, is bearing fruit. You want to jump there. If it is not, I'm telling you now, if it is not very, very important, Biko, stay back. Stay back. Stay back. Owing to the whole insecurity that's going on and all of that, intelligent information is gathered that these terrorists have gone totally mad now. All right, so, and that is in view of the Trump declaration, or threat, if you like to put it that way. But this is not to send fear, all right? It's not to send fear and all of that. But I'm just saying, if it's not very important, take it from a brother to you now. Don't go to the hometown. Don't travel. Don't travel. Don't travel, please. Yeah, please. But anyways, let's lighten it up just a little bit. This is the Eagles Morning Rises Breakfast Show, and we start your day the right way. And this goes on from 6 a.m. up until the 12 o'clock. That's talking about 12 noon. Yeah, when my time on here will be done. At 11 o'clock hour, I'm talking 11 a.m., will be time to give you some very good tune and prepare you for a weekend special Eagles Morning Rise, right? I'm talking about Friday. Yeah, so we start the preparation for a Friday from the 11 o'clock hour, and at the 10 o'clock hour, general open banter. At the 9 o'clock hour, we look into Eagles Outlook, where we talk politics and current affairs. At the 8 o'clock hour, it will be sports on Eagles Wings with Alan Smith. And in this hour, 7 o'clock hour, that is, so I love this time. It is that time for us to look into the front page of Nigerian newspapers. And I also inform you that tomorrow is World Diabetes Day, all right? World Diabetes Day is a very important day. And if you know somebody who is diabetic around you and all of that, this will be a time to show more support, right, to such a person. And I'm hoping and trusting with you that he or she will get better in time and with time. All right, that there are no two ways about it. Right now, let me also get into some things that you ought to know this morning. But just before I do so, inakwana ekaro tutuoma gife olodudu, and I would say Emma Muriel I would say Ning Deve. I would also say in my dialect, Amesiere. And finally, in the language that you and I totally understand, Una. Good morning. My name is Udwak Daniel. So let's look at this one now. The Senate on Wednesday approved President Bola Tinubu's request to raise 1.15 trillion naira through domestic borrowing to cover the funding shortfall in the 2025 Appropriation Act. The resolution of the Red Chamber followed its adoption of a report presented by the Senate Committee on Local and Foreign Debts. A whopping 1.15 trillion naira has been approved by the Senate to Mr. President, right? Okay, that's going to form the bulk of the conversation at the 9 o'clock hour. I mean, when does this borrowing end exactly? When do we mop up the monies within the financial institutions that are staying redundant, that are staying hidden, that have become secret under aliases, different aliases? When do we mop up these monies? Because if you ask me, if you mop up these monies, it will get into quadrillions of naira. Quadrillions, more than the 1 point something you're talking about here. Quadrillions of naira is what we will gain, and we would have fixed all of our problems. That is, if corruption and misappropriation will not stand in the way. But yeah, Mr. Tinubu, the president, has been given the thumbs up. You can borrow 1.15 trillion naira through domestic borrowing to cover the funding shortfall in the 2025 Appropriation Act. But here we are again. The federal government has cancelled the national policy mandating the use of indigenous languages as a medium of instruction in schools, citing poor performance in public examinations. The government said Nigerian children had been performing abysmally in public examinations as a result of being taught in their mother tongue. Okay, now let's get to this one where police have arrested a man suspected to have stolen a Toyota Hilux from the convoy of Kano State's Deputy Governor, Aminu Abdul Salam Gwazo. Now, the office of the Deputy Governor confirmed that the stolen Toyota Hilux vehicle had been successfully recovered. Oh, are we to rain applause now? How I wish this was just one of those who have been abducted or kidnapped that has been successfully recovered. Well, anyways, this is a car, a property. Well done, police. And Oyo State High Court sitting in Ibadan has extended its interim order restraining any interference with the planned National Convention of the People's Democratic Party, PDP, scheduled for November 15 and 16 in Ibadan. In his ruling on Monday, Justice Ladiran Akintola ordered that the interim injunction earlier granted on an ex parte motion filed by the claimant applicant would continue to subsist, pending the determination of the suit before the court. A show of judgment. We should call the Justice Department now a show of judgment. This one gives from Abuja, the other retaliates from Oyo State. Well, you know, fear has struck a farming community of Alkalije in Kilgori district of Yabo local government area of Sokoto State, following an attack by suspected Lakurawa bandits that left 5 dead, including a pregnant woman. So residents say the attackers stormed the village in the early hours, shooting sporadically and leaving trails of sorrow and destruction in their wake. Leaving trails of sorrow and destruction in their wake. I'll just move away. The Department of State Services has filed a 6-count charge against 27-year-old Innocent Chukwuemeka Onukweme for allegedly calling for a military coup in the country. The charges brought before the Federal High Court in Abuja under the case number relates to post Onukweme made on his verified X account. All right, and that was in October of 2025. I see. The House of Representatives has resolved to set up an ad hoc committee to investigate abandoned federal government-owned landed properties and buildings across the country, reportedly valued at over 20 trillion naira. This followed the adoption of a motion of urgent national importance sponsored by the Minority Leader Kingsley Chinda, PDP Rivers, during plenary on Wednesday. Now, in Bayelsa State, the governor, Senator Doye Diri, has said he will not compel his deputy, Senator Lawrence Rujakbo, to join him in the All Progressives Congress, that is the APC. Diri was formally received into the APC on November 3 after resigning from the People's Democratic Party on October 15. His deputy had previously sought a court injunction to prevent the State House of Assembly from impeaching him over his refusal to join the APC. Wow. Just wow. A group of state chairmen of the People's Democratic Party, PDP, has expressed support for the fractional acting national chairman of the party, Alhaji Abdulrahman Mohammed. They also supported Senator Mao Ohabuna as chairman, Board of Trustees, BOT. The chairman expressed their support in a statement by the IMO chairman, Austin Wachuku, in Abuja on Wednesday. Now let's look into the front page of Nigerian newspapers now and bring you up to speed in on it. And it's going to be a smart read, and please let's go straight to the point as you call in to give your own take into which of the headlines jumps at you, pops at you, tickles your fancy, or begs for your reaction. But as you also do so, keep in mind civility and responsibility. All of this must be within the four walls of civility and responsibility. All right, now let's look into the Nation newspaper now. And the Nation newspaper, the big story, conflicting court orders on convention. PDP factions clash. Conflicting court orders on convention. PDP factions clash. Demagogues, Ayamu's faction give conflicted directives. Judgment today in Lamido's suit. Ibadan court extends go-ahead order. That story continues on page 2 of the Nation newspaper. At the very base of the Nation newspaper now, you'd find the story on page 3, so just add 1 to 2, you get 3. Kanu asks appeal court to quash dismissal of his no-case submission. Kanu asks appeal court to quash dismissal of his no-case submission. All right, and let's get to this one. Controversy widens over Wike military officers clash on land. Page 3 has got that very story for you. Controversy widens over Wike military officers clash on land. Page 3. And we go to this one as well, continued on page 3, looking very popular with the Nation newspaper now. Stocks rally 2.6 trillion naira on capital gains tax review plan. All right, stocks rally 2.6 trillion naira on capital gains taxes review plan. How policy should be implemented, and this is coming according to experts. Experts are saying how policies should be implemented right there on page 3. That story continues just above the Nation newspaper banner. Now you see this one. Okpebolo has performed, say, Yilwada Oshomole. Okpebolo has performed, say, Yilwada Oshomole. You'd find that one on page 5 of the Nation newspaper. Tinubu to editors. Champion national unity. Report boldly. All right, that's what Mr. President told editors. Remember, there was a convention of editors yesterday, and Mr. President was there, and he has delivered a mandate to the editors now. Says champion national unity. Report boldly. All right, page 2 has got that one now. I hope when we report boldly, we don't get put behind bars because we reported boldly. But anyways, I see this one here on page 5 here. Makinde has made Ibadan livable, says Obasanjo. And to page 7, President sends executive bill to create Cocoa board. All right, that'll be all with the Nation newspaper as we go to the Guardian newspaper. In case you're just tuning in for the first time, this is Eagles 102.3 FM Abuja. We like to give you an audio-visual radio experience that you can count on anytime, any day. And right now, we are reviewing the papers. All right, and now the big story with the Guardian newspaper: NGE insists on free press as Tinubu urges fairness, pledges recovery. NGE insists on free press as Tinubu urges fairness, pledges recovery. Page 6 to page 7 now. Kanu prays appeal court to stop terrorism charge ruling. Kanu prays appeal court to stop terrorism charge ruling. Minister San differ on Wike's confrontation with military. Page 29's got that story. To another page 29 now. Federal government outlaws mother tongue policy, reinstates English as language of instruction. I don't know what this is about though, but anyways, we will look into it probably at the 10 o'clock hour, so you best want to keep your fingers crossed right there. Federal government has said enough is enough. No more mother tongue. And we are seeing how it is affecting our children in exams, public exams like WAEC, like NECO, like JAM, and all of it is affecting, but no more mother tongue. English is now the number one language of instruction. So all of y'all that be saying it'll be my papa language. Well, you see now the federal government has made it your papa language, so to speak. No pun intended though, I'm just saying. But page 29 has got that one. Though, what do y'all think about that? Well. I see this one here now. Obasanjo Lords Makinde, bold leadership, Ibadan. Central Bus Terminal inauguration. Big things happening in other states now. If you think Abuja is the only state that things can happen, well, you're wrong. Page 5 has got that one. Presidency denies Trump effect on NGX sell-offs as Khan seeks end to genocide. Page 6 has got that story right there. And House probes 12 trillion naira usage by DFI's 20 trillion naira abandoned projects. Wow. House probes 12 trillion naira usage by DFI's 20 trillion naira abandoned projects. Page 3 has got that story. Nigeria records 566,300 leaked accounts amid 90.6 million global breaches. All right, page 4 has got that one. Nigerian president since 1999 breached constitution, REC alleges. Page 3 has got that story now. Let's get to the Nigerian Tribune newspaper. The Nigerian Tribune newspaper has got this very story right here. All right, I don't know. I see Mr. President shaking hands. Who's he shaking hands with now? All right, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, Kogi State Governor. Oh, yeah. That's true. I see him now. I'm talking about Ahmed Ododo, Minister of Solid Minerals too is there. Dr. I think Dele Alake, yeah. President Nigeria Guild of Editors, Mr. Eze. Anaba is also there, and former Governor of Ogun State, Chief Olusegun Okoba is also Oshogba, I beg your pardon, is there. I mean, okay, that's during the 21st All Nigeria Editors Conference. Oh, you see that now, 2025, held at the State House Conference Center, Presidential Villa, Abuja, yesterday. All right, it says, report boldly. Okay, President, you said it. Report boldly, you said. Well. Tinubu backs NGE's proposal for media tax relief. Oh, okay. VAT exemption. That'll be nice. Tinubu backs NGE's proposal for media tax relief, VAT exemption. And it's got, how many writers now? 4 writers, I beg your pardon. Says, irresponsible reporting undermines democratic stability, asks editors to criticize but not damage Nigeria. There won't be electoral integrity without democracy, Uzodinma says, as the NGE seeks tax relief, low interest loans to rescue distressed media sector. We are indeed distressed. We are. And yet, through all of this distress, we still put our best. And some will still say, y'all are doing nothing, but it's okay. We're the fourth realm of the state, so we understand. But we see this one here now. Right-of-way crisis Telcos operating costs soar to 5.8 trillion naira. NCC says that. Page 9 you'd find. UN names Nigeria, Mali among 16 hunger crisis hotspots. My goodness. You see that one on page 9. I mean, UN, United Nations, names Nigeria, Mali among 16 hunger crisis hotspots. Now, if you turn on your hotspots in your phone, what are you trying to do? You understand, right? So if we become a hunger hotspot, no, we are not just a hunger hotspot. We are a hunger crisis hotspot. But just as we always do when we collected our report card back in the day in primary school and you failed, you'll look for a partner that you failed together and say, I'm not the only one that failed. There is Mali too. All right? I know some persons will say, it's not just about Nigeria now. Hunger is everywhere in the world. Mali too was mentioned and all of that. But should Nigeria be hungry? Should Nigeria be a hotspot crisis destination for hunger? I don't know. Y'all tell me, because it's not making sense to me no more. But anyways, that is it. It is what it is right there. But I see this one just above the Vanguard newspaper banner now. Wike is the kicker now. No officer or soldier on lawful duty will be punished. All right? Defense Minister is saying no officer or soldier on lawful duty will be punished. Defense Minister says. Page 8's got that story. Talk about power tussle right there. But you see, this is exactly what happens in Nigeria. When the two big elephants, clash like that, you already know that it is the grasses that suffer. But in this time, we are suffering and smiling. In this particular case, between the altercation that happened with Wike and officer and all of that, we are suffering and smiling. Suffering in the sense that there are implications to that, and that is indeed harming us, but we are paying no attention to it. Smiling because of, how funny and embarrassing and shameful it was. So it was funny, and people are only diving to the fun part and trying to look for who was the hero or who is not, when there are implications to these things, and it will affect us. And when these two sides, elephants, they clash like that, nobody's talking what does the Constitution say on issues like this. What does it say? Everybody's is apportioning heroism to whoever you think you should be a hero. Nobody's talking what does the Constitution say. So we are not even leaving as though we understand that there is a Constitution. As much as you'd like to deceive yourself and say there's no Constitution, there is a Constitution. If there was no Constitution, Nigeria would have been thrown long ago into anarchy. I'm telling you, there is still a Constitution. There are still parts of this country that works. There are. So let's not even deceive ourselves. But anyways, though, that one is found on page 8. Presidency clarifies Trump's threat, not behind NGX sell-offs. PDP is the kicker here. Court extends order permitting national convention till Friday. Page 49. Inadequate gas throws geometric power into first blackout in 60 days. Page 19 has got that story right there. And I'm bringing this one. Is going to be the last one I'll bring now. Is the Punch newspaper. And the big story on the front page, Wike naval officer clash, written in red for some reason and underlined in red as well. Ex-generals fume as federal government orders probe. Ex-generals fume as federal government orders probe. FCT Minister Yerima face-off sparks concerns over civilian-military relationships. Or relations, if you like. Wike naval officer clash. Ex-generals fume as federal government orders probe. That story is so big that you would find it on pages 2 and 3 of the Punch newspaper. The writer says FCT Minister Yerima face-off sparks concerns over civilian-military relations. It was indeed an eye-opener. It was indeed an eye-opener, especially the fate of the common man. If it was a common man standing as, if it was you, if it was me, standing as that officer, and you get talked down. Many times we have been talked down by people who think they have power. Many times. And then when you try to say, oh, try to have a little voice, tiny little mini voice, you get brutalized. Does it make it to the front page? No, it never does. Imagine one time a senator, a sitting senator or a lawmaker, right? Yeah? Beat up somebody who came to deliver something at his house or something. Beat him up, and somebody was put it on camera. He was seen saying, I will make you disappear without a trace, and nobody will ask a question. That's the impunity that we have as leaders right here. So if you ask me, it goes two ways. But anyways, let's just go ahead from that one, because it was indeed a disgraceful, embarrassing, shameful experience, altercation right there. Be fair, truthful in government criticism, Tinubu tells editors. You'd find that one on page 47. And to page 2 now, PDP insists on Ibadan convention amid court orders. Mohbad's family demands fresh probe, bars wife from using surname. Mohbad issue still now? Up until now? Pages 4 and 5 you'd find OPEC report shows Nigeria underproducing crude again, page 21. And yet we are trying to get to 3 million barrels per day. Is it how many billion? Yeah, 3 million barrels per day. We're trying to get to that. Okay. Bamidele, Kalu differ on alleged plots to impeach Akpabio. Page 7 has got that story now. Just above the Punch newspaper banner, the heights, the peak, the apogee, at top of it, the zenith of it now. National Assembly approves Tinubu's 1.15 trillion naira domestic loan. Page 22 has got that one. Page 12 now. Reps probe 20 trillion naira abandoned federal properties. Reps probe 20 trillion naira abandoned federal properties. And yet, National Assembly approves Tinubu's 1.15 trillion naira domestic loan. And then reps are probing 20 trillion naira abandoned federal properties. Abandoned, you should underline that part. Federal properties, not my property, not yours. Okay, now I see this one on page 17. My critics now praise me, says Obasanjo. All right, and that's where we will pull the lever, but not entirely on the prog show this morning, as I need to get to hear from you. Now it's your turn. I'm giving you debate, and now let me hear what you got to say, how you feel, how you're reacting to which of these headlines jumps at you, pops at you, tickles your fancy, or begs for your reaction. Now, the number is 0907-353-0044 as I take this call. Hello, good morning. Yes, good morning. Good morning to you.
Yes, my name is Apostle Also Life.
Welcome,
I'm calling
Apostle.
from Podamangaza.
Talk to us, Apostle.
So, yes, when a crisis in River State, week. Crisis in with army and whatever, weak. Crisis in PDP, weak. Haba. In the place I come from in Enugu State, in Nenwe, they don't reward anybody causing problem, but they reward a good somebody doing good. Everything weak. Weak should know that he find himself there. It's not that he is the best among all Nigerians, but by the grace of God, he find himself there. Let him do the needful. Now he may be looking for the way they will that Yerima should be thrown out of the job. It's not the best thing. Let there be a peaceful settlement. Another thing I want to say, is this.
Yeah.
Nigeria is in fire by this insecurity of it. Let the use Wike and his principal, but Mr. President. Let the synergy they have, let they use it to solve this insecurity. And obey the constitution of the land. Last time I checked, there is court that have a competent jurisdiction. They say releasing Nnamdi Kanu. They could not release Nnamdi Kanu. The court of the land tells them that they should pay Nnamdi Kanu damages of this and that. They couldn't. This constitution, let us respect it. and do the needful. We will go a long way. I remember Apostle Osalite, a.k.a. Woken name. God bless you.
All right, Apostle Osalite right there, giving his thoughts. We will just head out now, pay some bills. It's going to be a short conversation this morning, as at exactly 7:40, all right, or so, or thereabouts. We'll be having a 10 minutes program. So please, as you calling, go straight to the point so that every other person can be a part of the discourse. But let's just go pay some bills right now. We will be right back. Don't go away.
You are about to experience Eargasm. On the Eagles 102.3 FM.
Fly Emirates to 5 destinations in the Chinese mainland: Beijing, Shanghai, Guangzhou, Hangzhou and Shenzhen, and discover new trade hubs. Relax in comfort on board with our world-class hospitality. Explore up to 6,500 channels of entertainment and stay connected with free Wi-Fi. With daily flights from Lagos to the Chinese mainland via Dubai, you can enjoy convenient travel that fits around your business schedule. Fly Emirates. Fly better.
Motor where you dey drive, you need confirm protection, no, for your engine, no. Make a mobile, make it mobile, no, make it mobile, yeah. Anywhere you dey, your motor deserve to be number 1, yo. Make it mobile, no, make it mobile, yeah. You carry the go, make everybody join me, say, make it mobile.
Make you go with the best.
Make it mobile.
What is it that they told you?
Chai, it don't happen, oh.
Oga Shike, wetin happen?
Now this my Abuja Home Limited, oh. The Ogbonge real estate company, where they reliable, where they support small man.
My Abuja Home Limited?
Yes, so they don't they sell their out of old title estate land for Karishi for cheap amounts.
Karishi bawo? This our Karishi. Where for Karishi self?
Just opposite the Navy Phase 2 estate, you could see their land back for their discount pre-lot price. Their 400 square meter plot of land now just 4.9 million naira, while their 200 square meter plot now just 3 million naira only.
Hey, Oga Shike, this na the best deal bros for land wey get correct title document, oh.
My brother, as I read my Abuja home office like this, I buy 4 plots at one time. The one wey bust my head finish now say you feel they pay small, and then show me their out of old title certificate from Najis. My brother, but hurry oh, now only 37 plots they the estate though.
Morire, Oga Shike, abeg, give me their number.
Yes, you should call their number for 0808 8837 426. The number again, 0808 8837 426. Abi if you call this other number, 0808 27 23824. The number again, 0808 27 23824. Or you fit visit their website for www.myabujahome.com.
Hello, I want to buy land, oh. Buy or talking?
Buy yours, I don't show you will. My Abuja Home, live the life.
Welcome back and thank you for staying with us now, and we're taking calls, and this time I'm gonna be really strict for want of time. 1 minute it is, so your name, your location, straight to the point, that is it. Hello, good morning.
Yudi.
Good morning to you, please. Miss here and there. What's your name, where you calling from?
Saminu calling from
Saminu, welcome aboard. Talk to us.
Happy Thursday to you.
Very well.
And all Eagles staff.
Thank you.
Let me go straight to the point of borrowing.
Yes.
My brother. How long shall we continue to borrow money, for goodness sake? To me, Nigeria is too rich to be poor. We are not supposed to be hungry. We have all the manpower and the resources to deliver. What is wrong with our leaders, for goodness sake? Let us need the needful for the sake of this country. Look at Ajakuta lying down there. Look at the mineral resources. Look at the money that have been embezzled. Look at the money missing in NNPC. What is the National Assembly doing, for goodness sake?
they should have a fear of God. And finally, the issue of motor that was recovered, as you said, I wish it was another person that was kidnapped, that was recovered. Imagine within few hours, the vehicle was recovered. What's wrong with us? Please, Nigerians, let's pray and move this country forward. We have the resources, we have the power. Finally, let us obey traffic rules and regulations in order to reduce accidents on our roads. My dear brother or friend, that naval officer decided to be promoted without any sentiment. Have a nice day. God bless you.
Appreciate it. Naval officer should be promoted, he says. Have a nice day. All right. Number is 0907-353-0044. Hello, good morning.
Okay, the one with the golden voice. Yes. My name is Triple D.
Triple. Welcome aboard, Triple D. Where are you calling from?
I celebrate you, my boss. God bless you.
Yeah.
You see, on the issue of minister and this very man and this very officer,
Triple D, can you hear me? Where are you calling from?
Yeah, I'm calling from Waru. Waru.
Talk to us. Go ahead.
Okay. On the issue of Wike and Officer Yerima, sir, if I am in position of the minister, it will not take anything for me to just apologize. The reason is that both of them, both the minister and the officer, are the property of the federal government and they are working on the directives of the president. Only that some persons, especially the minister, they feel they are above the law and they use their power in excess. Most of them use their power not in the right direction. Sir, no matter how powerful you are on the earth, if you use your power wrongly, you will never get a good result. You won't get a good result. So Wike should know that this will be the beginning of something in his own life if he did not properly sit up. But in all honesty, these are not what Nigerians want. We are talking of Boko Haram, we are talking of this, and then we are getting this. What signal, what message are we telling the international community that we are trying to tell them that we are a sovereign nation? God bless us all and we'll get it right by the grace of God. Have a wonderful day. Right.
Triple D right there. Okay, what message are we indeed? All right. Anyways, we'll take this one. Hello, good morning to you.
Hello.
Good morning.
Okay,
yes.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning to you, doctor.
My radio bulldozer.
Appreciate my man.
Yes, sir. Dr. Prince on the line calling from Karimon.
Awesome, doctor.
Sir, I'm not against of federal government getting a loan, but I am for proper documentation and also accountability and responsibility.
Right.
Because a man can never be responsible when he's not being accountable to anything at all that he's doing. We are in a world, a democratic, territory whereby people have, what you call free access to acquire money, to get money, to move, to demand for something else that as far as is under the law abiding as a abiding citizen, with the supremacy of the law of law.
Okay.
But that should not mean that we are going to tag as a foreign nation. After all, United States of America, who is the most, greatest and richest in the world, they borrow. But the problem is the moral justification that is included in their own borrowing is that the judicious images of that money being borrowed. Assuming they use that money, to produce a industry in one state out of the 6 geopolitical zones in this continent, we will not be shouting foul anyhow, we will not be crying foul. In fact, we're going to solve what is the problem of unemployment.
All right, doctor, time already mentioned earlier.
I know.
You just wrap up already.
I'm begging. We should resuscitate the lost glory of this land, call Nigeria, go people, great people, whatever. Thank you for giving me a wonderful opportunity.
Awesome.
May God bless you people. Awesome. Greet my first lady there.
Awesome.
God bless you.
I'm sure she's listening now, Dr. Frenzijk. Thank you, far too kind. All right, now we go to this very one here now. Hello, good morning. Hello, okay, that's a miss. All right, let's quickly just get on to the messages as you are sent it via the Facebook page wall, and I would enjoin for you to indeed be a part of the audiovisual sensation that we are indeed thrilling you with or thrilling you by, and that will be on YouTube, right, at Eagles FM Abuja. Get on there and do well to click the subscribe button and be sure to be a part of what we do. I mean, that's the only way that we soar together. And do the same with the Facebook page wall at Eagles FM Abuja. Spread those beautiful, lofty Eagles wings across every other social media platforms, and there you will find us at Eagles FM Abuja. So I see this message right here, and it is on the Facebook page wall, and this one is coming from Jude Uja. He's all the way from where now? Makudi in Benue State. Says, good morning, Eagles FM. Good morning to you. It says, I'm writing from Makudi. Wike should hide his head in shame. What a disgrace. I am Jude, he says. Okay, Jude is saying that the Honorable FCT Minister should hide his head in shame over the altercation that went down right there with the officer. Okay, but we head up to the WhatsApp now, and let's take your voice notes as we see it very quickly. Okay, so I need to fix one or two now. Just bear with me just a little bit, okay? Let me fix one or two, and that is done. Okay.
Good morning, good work.
Good morning.
This is Zion Priest saying hello.
All right, Zion Priest.
My comment is on Wike versus the naval officer. When I had Wike calling,
I don't know. Why is it that every time I have to say these things, your name, your location, and speak? I don't know. Is it so hard to do these things? Maybe it could be, but please, I've always said it over and over again. All right, let's go hear from BB Blessing.
Hey, Dan, how are you? My
Good morning.
Name is BB Bless from Otako. I greet our caller. I greet the man of my defense. I greet everybody. They are my family for this day. God will bless them. Good. What of your wife? Where you keep her?
She's fine.
You go back for our Minister of FCT, huh? No, what you are saying now, you will talk for us. At least we go contribute our own, Abi.
Yes.
I think as it table now, so you bring a cup of our table now, where you explain for us. You say they want to borrow money again, or our president want to borrow money again.
Domestic.
What for? Is it borrowing for road, or is it borrowing to pay entire ministry or soldier people where there is where I don't even know what to say this thing now. I don't even know. To pay pension, I don't even understand. Is it borrowing to increase people's salary or Senate salary or lawyer salary? I don't know. What are you borrowing for? Is it borrowing to link election 2027? I don't know. Because when you bring talk, we say, we know what we go talk. We know what problem. We know what problem. We need our Nigeria to be better. Is it borrowing to better our life?
Is it borrowing to better our lives? Okay. That's some conversation there, but let's go see. I don't know. Why did it stop? Okay.
Is it borrowing to give a farmer to share up and down? Because sharing of money is going on now. They are borrowing, sharing between themselves. I don't really understand. You know how many people they pass up? Yeah, they say they won't give them 70,000, make the fee from when you fee from the because they won't give you 70,000. Is it borrowing to share between?
All right. Anyways, you overshot the time right there. But anyways, thank you, BB. We'll just take this very last one, and then we will be signing off.
To Ubong Udo Daniel, the man with the golden voice. Good morning to Triple D from Wari, Suleiman, original Namplani man. Usman Dawara is the log that I have from Talatu, from Kuje. BB Blessing, the woman of microphone, I greet you. I want to start by the area of my concern is about the security. We just hear from the news. In fact, I want to sincerely appreciate you for your advice. If it's not necessary for you to travel, please don't travel. That is the state of the insecurity in this country. One have to be very careful in the aspect of what we are going through. I want to talk about what happened in Sokoto. This Lakurawa again. Go to the villages. And this same Lakurawa claim to be Muslims. And they are still killing their Muslim people. So when we talk about the insecurity, when we talk about people, and I expect people from Lakurawa, people from Sokoto to come and say, this is what we are going through. You know, when people complain that this is what the journalists are going on, people start to say, it's not only Christians that are being killed. But look at what happened in
Oh, come on. What just happened? Okay.
Good morning to Ubong Udo Daniel, the man with the gold. To come and say, this is what we are going through. You know, when people complain that this is what the journalists are going on, people start to say, it's not only Christians that are being killed. But look at what happened in Sokoto, they are still killing people. Then hunger. Nigeria is in hotspot. Yes, that is it. Due to insecurity, people can't go to farm. And to even get fertilizer, it's in high cost. So government must do the needful. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
All right, and that is Selassie right there. Government has to do the needful. I mean, people can't even go to farms no more and all of that. And the needful indeed is what Nigerians have been talking about over time. We have to do the needful. We have to show up and step up and indeed protect the citizenry, because that's what the Constitution is all about. If you can't protect the citizenry, you failed, right? And that's why some persons will say, "Oh, these are the proof of a failed state." And we don't want to see this administration. We don't want to see Nigeria as a failed state. We're not failed yet. No, we cannot even fail. Who said we will fail? We will not fail. But anyways, this is where we pull the plugs on here and right here. But I want to say a big thank you to you. And for the late comers who we're hoping that maybe around at the tail end, we will now send messages and all. Well, I'm sorry. It's over already. All right. But at the 9 o'clock hour, you asked the question, what are we borrowing money for? I mean, it's called domestic borrowing. Domestic. So we're not going international. We're recouping monies from the domestic sources. And this is why? Why are we doing so? Why are we doing so? Somebody be asking me why. I mean, BB Blessing, you asked that question. The request to raise 1.15 trillion naira through domestic borrowing, and it is to cover the funding shortfall in the 2025 Appropriation Act. All right. The resolution of the Red Chamber also followed its adoption of a report presented by the Senate Committee on Local and Foreign Debt. Well, my name is Uduak Daniel, though, and to say the least, the views expressed by the callers and listeners has not been influenced in any way by Eagles 102.3 FM Abuja. 9 o'clock, I'll be right back, but 8 o'clock, of course, will be time for sports on Eagles Wings. You want to keep your fingers crossed, because at 7:50, a very vital information program will be coming through on here. Don't go away.